Today we are going to be talking about Maul Shadowlord and the Mandalorian and Grogu. We're going to start with Shadowlord though. Star Wars these days is something, isn't it?
Power of one, the power of two, the power of many.
Electrical overload.
I can fix that.
This hyperdrive blows are going to be pieces of us in 3 different systems. What'd you do?
I bypassed the compressor.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
Maul Shadowlord. You know, this really surprised me, and in a good way. Maul Shadowlord is probably one of the best Star Wars projects that they've put out in some time. Sam Witwer absolutely kills it as Maul, and overall, this series does a lot right. It does the Syndicate portion right, has a lot of action. It redeems a couple characters, in my opinion. It provides an amazing storyline, especially if you get invested in Devon, which, in my opinion, whether or not she ends up becoming Talon, I think Devon actually is a unique character and one that's worth watching. The temptation to the dark side and then it's solidified there at the end for revenge is very interesting stuff. And honest to God, Daki ends up becoming one of my favorites as well. I wasn't too sure about him in the beginning. I thought he would get in the way mostly of the corruption, if you will, of Devon. But by the end of the series, he really grows on you. And then obviously when it becomes that moment at the end, man. Speaking of my brothers, that ending. Holy fucking shit. That is what I'm talking about. Seeing Vader again and the way that they portrayed him was, woo, that was some good shit. You know what honestly, like Maul Shadowlord exceeded my expectations. I honest to God, guys, I went into it kind of like low bar because, you know, how Star Wars has been for a while now. I'm like, bro, I'm going in dry. So I went in low expectations and it exceeded them. You know, you got all these little Easter eggs to Star Killer. You got this Easter eggs to The Force Unleashed in general. You know, you got, I said earlier on, there was 2 characters that redeemed themselves. Marok and the 11th brother. These 2 guys got deleted in half a second. Okay. So you see them and you just say to yourself, these guys ain't doing shit. All right, they're gonna get deflated again, or turn into a magical force fart. All right, you just know it. Okay, it's in their nature. But Marok and the 11th brother actually show that they're honestly a threat. They actually put in work, and it was really awesome to see the fights. Honestly, does it redeem them? Well, honestly, it kind of does. They're interesting, I think. They did a good job, I think. And a couple corny moments here and there, but overall, the series, I think, of Maul Shadowlord gets a easy, maybe a 9 out of 10 for me. Like, honestly, I thought it was legitimately awesome, especially compared to things before it, like in the intro of this video. Plus, man, seeing Vader again and the way that he was, yeah, it was something. He really showcases how ridiculously OP he is. You know, and it's like seeing Daki even like fight against him. You know, he really does put in his effort, man. He even gets a hit off on Vader, which was pretty cool to see. Like, I was actually rooting for him in the end, even though you know what's going to happen to old Daki Chain. Okay. But damn, dude, Vader really sold the show there at the end for me. Like it was already good. And honestly, if Vader didn't show up, I'd still really like the show. But the fact that he does show up and you get to see him also fight Maul, which is nice. Lucky they got away. Easy 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10 series right here, man. And I'm definitely interested to see season 2, you know, and the environments and the continuation of the syndicates. and just what the hell is going to happen with the Empire. Like, I guess Marok and the Crow are going to come after them again, I guess. But it'll be interesting to see. But now it's time to move on to the second half of this video. We're going to keep it chill, spoiler free for the most bit, nothing too crazy. But overall, this movie, man, it's, it's low stakes. Let's just put it out. All right. This isn't like the episodic films or nothing like that. This is a action adventure buddy type movie right here. That's basically what I would say. And, if you like watching Grogu do cute shit, this is the movie you want. This is for you. Okay. But like, there's not a whole lot going on in this movie. It's, the truth is it's just okay. The first half of the movie is really kind of solid in my opinion. The intro's really good. I think that was actually one of the best intros in a while to all of their shows. Because let's be real, like this movie is the Mandalorian season 4. Okay. Listen, it basically is. It's got some pluses, there's a lot of different monsters in this show, in this movie, sorry. Like different creatures that you normally wouldn't see in these kind of shows or movies. The story with the the gladiator arena and such, so silly, but it was kind of fun, but then I found later on, when we get to the second half of the movie, with the twins and everything, it kind of just, it didn't work for me, man. I didn't like it, and I didn't really care much for the who the guy was, the shadow operative. I'm not gonna spoil that because this is light spoilers in general, but not that it matters. But it's like, I didn't care much for it, and it just felt lackluster. And I found there was a lot of focus on the Grogu moments, and something about Grogu is like, I don't know if anyone else feels this way, but like, I would like to see him do more things now, like they keep showing him stealing food and shit like that. The cutesy stuff, I call it. Man, I would like to get less of that and just more of other things, and if we have to get him to a point where he talks or something, like let's get him there. And then that way he can have conversation. Like, let's get him to that next point, because I think the cutesy stuff is running its course, and for me it is anyway. I don't know how anyone else feels about it, but yeah, the Mandalorian and Grogu is like an action buddy adventure, and unfortunately because the stakes are so low, it kind of just leaves a meh taste in your mouth at the end. Like, it's forgettable in a week. I think overall it's just 5 out of 10. It didn't contribute much to the Star Wars universe, really. It didn't really expand anything. It didn't really set the stakes to a point where you're really invested. Because at the end of the day, like, Grogu's not going to die. Mando's not going to die. It's like, yeah, unfortunately, you compared this movie to the movies that are out, and it probably isn't going to hold up very well. And unfortunately, even worse than that, when you compare it to other Star Wars movies, I don't think this one's going to make the bar at all. It's unfortunate, you want more from Mandalorian, but man, hitting it with another mid-tier thing, especially after Mandalorian season 3, it's like, damn, son, I don't know, man. I don't know, just very mid-tier. I would wait for Disney Plus on this one if I were you guys. But that's going to be it for me. It's a 5 out of 10 for that. But Maul Shadowlord, that was some good stuff right there. I'll catch you guys later because I got to record another video. We're going to talk about that Boys finale. What the fuck was that shit? Okay, I'll catch y'all later. Peace.